Imagine walking through the bustling streets of New York City, feeling the pulse of life, the bright lights, and the endless energy. But what if, in the middle of it all, something unexpected happens? Something that changes the course of an ordinary evening into an unforgettable moment. A world-famous athlete, hidden in plain sight, just wanting to enjoy the city like any other person. A stranger with a bitter heart, throwing words like daggers. And an encounter that would leave an entire store in stunned silence. What happened that night? And how did one simple trip to a supermarket turn into a lesson the world would never forget? Watch till the end to witness an inspiring and eye-opening moment that will change the way you see people forever. Don't forget to like if this story moves you. Comment your thoughts. What would you have done in this situation? Share this powerful message with others. Subscribe for more stories that inspire and uplift. It was a cool evening in New York City. Kylian Mbappé had just finished a thrilling charity match at the MetLife Stadium. The game had been a spectacular show, with fans from all over coming to see the French superstar in action. After a dramatic finish, his team had won, and the crowd had cheered wildly as he waved to them before heading to the locker room. After a quick shower and media interviews, Mbappé felt like doing something different. Instead of heading back to his luxurious hotel immediately, he decided to take a walk through the vibrant streets of Manhattan. He always enjoyed visiting new places and seeing life outside the world of football. Dressed in a simple hoodie, jeans, and a cap pulled low over his forehead, he blended in effortlessly with the crowd. He wanted to experience the city as an ordinary person, without the flashing cameras or screaming fans. As he strolled down the busy sidewalks, he took in the sights, the bright billboards of Times Square, the street performers showcasing their talents, the honking taxis, and the endless rush of people living their lives. For a moment, he felt like any other young man exploring the city, enjoying the freedom of anonymity. He passed by small food carts, the aroma of hot dogs and pretzels filling the air, and even took a moment to watch a street musician playing a beautiful tune on his saxophone. After walking for a while, he entered a small neighborhood supermarket to grab some snacks and water. It was one of those tiny, family-owned stores where the aisles were narrow and the shelves were packed with all kinds of products. As he moved through the aisles, carefully selecting his items, he noticed a middle-aged woman glaring at him from the corner of his eye. She had a scowl on her face, and her body language screamed arrogance. At first, he ignored her and continued picking up his groceries. Then, she muttered just loud enough for him to hear, "Look at these foreigners coming here and taking up space. Probably doesn't even speak English." Mbappé took a deep breath and reminded himself to stay calm. He had dealt with racism before, and he wasn't about to let one bitter person ruin his evening. But as he approached the checkout counter, the woman's comments became louder and nastier. "Why don't you go back to your country? We have enough of you people here already." Mbappé froze for a second. He could feel the tension rising in the air. The cashier, a young black woman, looked uncomfortable but said nothing. Other customers in the store shifted uneasily, pretending not to notice the growing hostility. Mbappé sighed and put his groceries on the counter. He looked directly at the woman and removed his cap. The moment he did, the atmosphere changed. A few people gasped. The cashier's eyes widened in recognition. Even the arrogant woman's expression faltered for a moment. With a calm but firm voice, he spoke. "Ma'am, do you know who I am?" The woman scoffed. "Why should I care?" "Because the man you just told to go back to his country is Kylian Mbappé, a World Cup champion and one of the top footballers in the world. I have traveled to many places, met world leaders, and inspired millions of young kids from all backgrounds. And yet, here I am in a supermarket, being judged not for who I am, but for what I look like." The woman's face turned red. People around them started whispering. The cashier, now excited, smiled and pulled out her phone. "Oh my God, it really is you!" Mbappé continued, his voice filled with quiet strength. "Racism is a poison that weakens society. It stops people from seeing the greatness in others. Imagine if the world only judged talent by the color of someone's skin. There would be no progress, no unity, no future. If I had let people like you define me, I would have never made it to where I am today. But I worked hard, I believed in myself, and I proved that success has no race, only effort. The woman looked around, realizing that the entire store was now watching. Some people nodded in agreement, while others took out their phones to record. She opened her mouth, but no words came out. Mbappe smiled gently and picked up his grocery bag. I hope one day you learn to see people for who they truly are, not just what they look like. Have a good evening. As he walked out of the store, the young cashier called after him, Mr. Mbappe, can I get a picture? He chuckled, nodding. Of course. She took a quick selfie, beaming with pride. After he left, the mood in the store shifted. The woman who had spoken so cruelly remained silent, her arrogance replaced with shame. That night, the video of Mbappe's powerful response spread across social media, inspiring millions. People praised his composure, his wisdom, and his ability to turn a hateful situation into a moment of education and unity. The next morning, the same woman who had insulted him woke up to find herself trending, for all the wrong reasons. But more importantly, she found herself reflecting on her actions. Days later, the woman returned to the same supermarket. This time, her attitude was different. She spotted the same young cashier and approached her with hesitation. Hey, I just wanted to say, I was wrong that night. I watched the video again, and I realized how ignorant I sounded. I don't know if he'll ever see this, but can you tell him I'm sorry? The cashier smiled. I think he'd want you to be better, not just sorry. It's never too late to change. That conversation never made the headlines, but it was perhaps the most important one, because sometimes a single moment of truth can plant the seed for change. And on that night in New York City, Kylian Mbappé didn't just buy groceries, he bought change. If this story inspired you, don't forget to hit the like button. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you think we can combat racism in everyday life? Share this story with friends and family to spread the message of respect and unity. Subscribe for more powerful stories that inspire and uplift.